We gonna go have sex? No, I'm kidding.
No, we're gonna go make some dinner. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I decided that it's been a while since I've had Kyle in a video. So today we're going to put him to the test. We're going to quite literally spill the tea. I didn't even purposely do this. I was just drinking tea. So since you guys had such a good response to my first video, which was my reasoning for why I saved sex for marriage, I decided that I needed to kind of provide more value and be like almost like a big sister to you guys who are thinking about it or just wanting to know more. I decided that I was going to ask Kyle to be in the video with me and give you guys a man's perspective of being with a girl who decided she wanted to wait. I wrote down the things that I think you guys want to know. I've had honestly quite a few really sweet girls like message me personally, and the one girl, Kyle actually emailed her.
Yeah.
So he got to share a little bit of what he was feeling already, but I want to share it with everybody. Because I think he's a gem and he needs to be shared. So, if you haven't watched part 1, I'll put it up here in a card for you guys. Do that one first, so that you guys get my backstory. And then we'll get Kyle's. I'm gonna think of a way to make this fun and not like I'm like literally interviewing you.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not gonna be like straight up Q&A. Like,
I guess I should start out by giving a quick little backstory on me. Really quick. Basically, I saved sex for marriage, and that was a personal decision, not so much a religious decision. And if you want to hear more about the story, go watch the video, but that's basically what this whole thing is about.
Yeah. No, you should definitely watch the first video first anyway.
Yeah.
Just because there are some like more details, I guess, about that first that you should, because we're not going to go through the whole story now, like, so. Yeah.
Right, so I got 10 questions. We're going to kind of like rapid fire them at you. You can explain yourself. It's not make it boring.
Oh, excuse me.
First question. What did you think when I first told you I was saving sex for marriage? What
I think was good with her, she told me like right away, like literally day one. It was legit the first day we were texting, right? Like
fairly soon. Once I decided I liked you enough to want to meet you.
Met online on Plenty of Fish. And I think we were I forget if this was like first, second, third day. We were busy with school, so it's not like the first day or two. We like totally talked a bunch. So we hadn't even met in person yet. We were still feeling each other out, like getting to know each other. And she told me already, which I think is great if you are a girl, I mean, or guy for that matter, but who is considering this, you should be upfront right away, because if that was something that was a deal breaker for me and she, we like dated and we did all this for a few months or more or whatever, like, and then she told me,
right,
then that would kind of be a waste. Luckily that wasn't the case for me, but I think the fact that she told me up front was great. Like I respected that. And when she told me, I didn't have much experience anyway, so it wasn't like something crazy, like I was like pissed about it. And the fact that I didn't really know her too well yet, I figured like, it's not a deal breaker, and like, yes, of course, I wasn't jumping for joy, but I respected that and said like, hey, if that's something you want to do, like, screw it, like. And then I thought to myself, well, I haven't even met this girl in person, like it might not even work out anyway, so why should I just say no right out of the gate before I even get to know her better yet?
Right.
Like, I just didn't see it as like a total deal breaker.
Remember I told you I had something big to tell you?
Yeah. Oh my, yeah. Actually, probably the way she said it It was actually more of a relief because she built it up. Like she was like, oh my god, I have like something like crazy to tell you, like, and I was thinking to myself like, oh my god, like all this stuff. So then when she told me, I was like, oh, like, okay, cool, like screw it. So maybe that helped because you like hyped it up so much, and then it wasn't that big of a deal. I always, thought doing it would be better if you're actually in love with the person anyway, which I guess is rare for a guy to think that. Or maybe it's not the fact that, like, yes, they probably think that it's better, but I almost would rather, like, not that I'm against doing it if you're not in love. I don't know. I can't really articulate that well, but maybe I'm a little unique that it wasn't a total deal breaker. And also, I feel like, so many times guys got like the bad rap of like, all they want is sex and stuff like that. So I kind of like wanted to prove to myself that I didn't want to be that stereotypical guy. So I kind of like prided myself on being like, okay, I'm not going to say, well then, fuck you, I'm done with this, because I didn't want her to think like, oh, he's just another typical douche, like, you know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to like prove it to her and myself that like I could do it and be like that guy that like actually respected and like cared more about like the actual relationship than the physical stuff. But no, I mean my initial reaction wasn't as bad. I wasn't happy, but I wasn't like, okay, that's it. I was just like, all right, cool.
Okay. Did you ever second guess me as your girlfriend because of it? Like, did you ever think I should have been with someone else who was doing it with me at this point?
No. I was always mature in relationships. Like, I've seen so many guys and girls like just go with someone like who like you could almost see from third person that like, okay, it's not gonna work out. Like, or why are you with this person when it's not gonna like last a while? But it's like smelling the door. I was always looking for like straight up wifey, and I had like a mental checklist of like, okay, here's what I want in like a potential spouse. So maybe that made me unique in that regard. Like I wasn't just looking for a girlfriend. Like, cause I always believed that you're dating to marry. The fact that we started a date and she like hit all these checkpoints easily, that it was so easy. So I never second guessed it. I was like, well, she hits all my checkpoints. Like, okay, we're not having sex now, but we will eventually. Like, so who cares? Like, I was always looking in the long term, and because of that, and I knew you hit like all my check boxes, I was like, all right. So no.
I would hope you would say no.
No, agree.
If the camera angles are like off, it's because the camera keeps overheating, and then like I lose what part I was zoomed into.
Screw it.
Question 3. How hard was it to wait with me? Was it really as hard as the world may make it seem?
It was pretty easy because we did pretty much everything else.
Exactly.
So I mean, in that regard, no, and also, I mean, it sounds stupid, but we were really busy in terms of, like, we didn't live together and stuff. I saw her like twice a week, maybe, and 99% of the time we were like with family and stuff anyway. It would have been harder in hindsight if like, we had more alone time or we lived together in our own place, then we'd be like, oh, screw it, maybe. But like, I guess it was easier in that regard that like seeing each other twice a week, we're tired as hell. It was like after school, like we eat dinner with the family and then we like chill on the couch with the family. Like that was most of the time that we saw each other. So there wasn't a lot of good opportunities anyway.
I mean, we had a good amount of time where we could have done it.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm just saying that was part of it.
But I think like at this point I've never done it before, so I don't know what I'm missing. And like everything else leading up to that is so good that like I didn't miss it. Like, of course I wanted it, but like,
and
jingle bells over there wants to go pot.
And like I said, like the opportunities that we did have, like we did virtually everything else. so that was fine. Like we were both satisfied for better choice of words. So.
Were you scared that I wouldn't be experienced?
No, I think that's stupid. I mean, of course I knew you wouldn't be, so it's not like I was wondering it. I think it was almost cool that she only would have experience with me.
Right.
Like, to me, that was like a cool thing. I mean, and then I knew, like, if we're married, we're gonna have the rest of our lives to get better and improve and become experienced. So, like, who cares if, you know, the first few times that you don't know what you're doing, like, rightfully so, and it's still gonna be cool, like, so I didn't think.
Still cool.
Yeah, so I didn't think, like, no, that didn't even cross my mind.
Wow. Okay, that's not really a question, but name some pros of waiting with me.
I think it made the wedding night and the honeymoon like that much more just better in general. Like it made it so much cooler. like
sexier.
Yeah. The whole honeymoon was like the greatest week ever. Like not just for that, obviously, but that added to it the fact that it felt so cool that we were finally doing it, and it made you like appreciate being married more. If you were just doing the same thing, you were living together, all that stuff before you were married, then getting married is just like, okay, you got your, like, the government knows, and like maybe church if you were religious, and like that's it. You know, like you know. So the
God and the government.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that, you know, that week and, you know, after getting married, it makes you really appreciate it, and it feels like way more special to be married because now you can finally do it. So.
And I don't know if you know this, but we learned in pre-Cana, pre-marriage prep, that every time you have sex, you are renewing your vows.
It's like the Catholic, you know, belief. So
yeah.
So that's awesome. Like that does make you feel, you know, cool as a married couple, that it is the most intimate form of, you know, you're renewing your vows with your spouse. So that's cool. It makes it feel special.
If you believe that. Yeah. I personally think that's the coolest shit, so I'm gonna just go with it.
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna go with it. Do you think it's necessary to set boundaries to help resist temptation? Example, not being able to sleep together in the same bed, or being alone together, etc.
Nah, I always thought that was stupid. Like, we did like sleep together sometimes in the same bed, like, because once you went so far anyway without doing it, it actually became easier, because it's like, well, we're not gonna just quit now, like, while we haven't done it for 2 years, right? Because then it would have seemed like, well, then it's pointless. So I feel like it actually got easier as time went on. And no, like, if we're in bed together, like, mentally, I feel like it's easy to resist. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
some
know
of
what
these
else to say,
videos just have crazy, like, I've heard of, like, people putting a Bible in the room to remind them not to touch each other. Like, just have self-control.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Did me being a virgin on our wedding night make it weird or less sexy for our first time?
I mean, it's not gonna be sexy like the first time, but
it's not? What do you mean?
Well, there was another reason for that too. Did you tell them that in the first video? That you were on your period, or no?
No. The girl who waited her whole life to have sex, basically, had my period on my wedding. We made it happen.
Yeah, no, it was fine. Like I said, like, I think we were just so excited to be doing it anyway. It doesn't even cross your mind, like, oh, this sucks because it's not sexy enough. Like, no, I was looking forward to the honeymoon, and it was awesome regardless, because it was like finally we were able to do it. So I think, like,
and you're honestly like exhausted. Your wedding day is like the longest day ever.
Yeah, no, and it's not. No, I still think that, like, the fact that it was so much more special because we were able to do it, like, outweighed the fact that, okay, maybe it wasn't that sexy because she was inexperienced. Like,
I was just really, really, really nervous.
Yeah, of course, and rightfully
nervous,
so,
but not nervous about the guy.
No,
So that
exactly.
totally helped. Like, I knew no matter what happened,
Yeah.
we're in this together. How does it make you feel when you hear things like you gotta test the car before you buy it?
I mean, that's stupid. I mean, I don't even know how much I believe in, like, what was that based on, like, sexual compatibility, right? Like,
Right.
I don't even know how much I believe in that anyway. Like, I think you'll just learn together as a couple, like, as you know, have more experience over time. So,
like, as long as you're in love, like, you're gonna love it because you're in love. Like, you're gonna make it work, right?
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like, oh, this just will never feel good with this person, right?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
Maybe that is a thing.
Yeah, maybe that's a thing, and we got lucky. Yeah, maybe that's a thing, and we got lucky. But like, no, I don't even think so. Like, we'll find a way that makes it work for you too. So I don't even think. Yeah, I don't even believe in that whole compatibility thing. And if it's not the compatibility, if it's like, oh, what if they like are into weird shit, or what if they're like just bad at it? Well, then you learn, or you openly communicate as a married couple and teach each other, you know, what's better and like what's not. Like, so.
Number 9 is, do you think that all guys care about is sex?
First of all, no. I mean, clearly, obviously not. If there are guys like me, I think it's very important to some girls too, but mostly guys. I mean, that's the stereotype, but the stereotype's based on truth. Like, biologically, like the testosterone, like we're obviously like we really want it like almost all the time. So, and to be blunt, like there are maybe not most, but a lot of guys that is probably a deal breaker for them. That is probably a deal breaker for them, but there are guys out there that it's not, and I think it's worth, you know, waiting for, like don't just give up on it thinking you'll never find a guy that will wait, because trust me, there are. And
Biggie,
oh my god,
it's like every single dog in our apartment complex decided to bark at the same time.
I don't think that's all they care about. It's really important to most of them, and a lot of guys it is a deal breaker, but you know, there are guys out there that will wait.
Okay, it's funny.
So don't settle. Yeah, don't settle. If it's important to you to wait, just wait until you find the right guy.
Yep, and that leads us to my last question, which was, do you have any advice for anybody who's interested in waiting or maybe has had sex before and wants to recommit?
Going off what I just said, like, you know, don't settle. Like, we might be rare, you know, I don't know what the percentage is. Like, you know, a lot of guys, it probably is a deal breaker, but there are guys that will wait, and then you'll know that's the right guy. Like, he actually cares about what you think. Like I said in the first question too, just my advice for you, if this is something you want to do, like, be upfront with them. You know, not like as your pickup line, but yeah, like once you start talking, like say that almost on day one, like be upfront, say, hey, you know, here's what I'm thinking. And then if that is a deal breaker for the guy, well, at least hopefully he'll be nice about it. You know, it is hopefully you'll part ways nicely, but just be upfront. Don't lead a guy on. I think it's one of the best decisions that we've made.
Yeah.
Well, you made, but I'm glad. Like, you know, I don't regret it at all. It's not like those 5 years or however many years we dated was a waste or anything. I think it was great. It made our marriage like stronger. I think it made our wedding, our you know, first year of marriage, our honeymoon, like that much more special, I feel like. And now it's awesome. Like, we get to do it all the time. Because we're married and we got our own place, and it's just like I think it feels like way cooler now.
Yeah.
And I wish people are able to like experience that feeling of waiting, and then like having the marriage be like making it so cool. And I'm not like religious at all too. Like don't think this is a whole religious thing.
It's not religious for me.
Yeah, no. If you watched the first video, which you should have, you would know that.
No regrets. Emilyaanacker team, best team.
DM me if you want more specific questions or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah.
this is like pretty personal, so if you don't want to comment anything below, DM me. I've had a lot of girls reach out. They've even emailed me or, yeah, just on my Instagram. And I'll put Kyle's down in the description too. I might even make you a little pop-up.
Oh yeah, true. But I'll tell you more in the DMs.
I will tell you everything.
yeah, same.
Anything you want to know, just message us. I think it's so cool when people do that.
Yeah, exactly. Same. I was like proud of her that she put out that video because I know she wanted to be like that girl that like girls that thought like her could kind of get reassurance, and then like over the past however many days or weeks or whatever, girls have started to reach out to her, and I think that's like the coolest thing. Like I'm so happy for her, and that's why like I've already talked to someone too.
And I didn't make him say any of this.
No. Look, I got no notes.
I didn't even tell him the questions before.
She didn't even know.
Yeah. So that's gonna wrap it up because the camera's overheating again. We probably talked your ear off, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you learned something, or just maybe we entertained you a little bit tonight.
We gonna go have sex? No, I'm kidding.
No, we're gonna go make some dinner. If you want to see more, please like it and subscribe down below. And we'll see you guys in the next video.